Columbine is sort of like the high water mark.
Are we sharing the screen
for school? Yeah, we're sharing the screen. Right. The high water mark for school shootings. That's when they really decided to start measuring it. And it's interesting that it became such a media darling at that point, because it really feels like the media decided to jump in on the gun control bandwagon, starting with Columbine. Never mind the FBI shooter killing a mother holding a baby in 1992.
They've been trying to get rid of. Listen, let's be honest. All right, the left, they're a bunch of socialist communists that want to do away with the Constitution, and they want to have a society that mirrors that in China. What a fucking nightmare! Are you out of your fucking mind? Holy shit!
Yeah, that's where did this go?
Did you?
I'm looking for a specific thing. Boxwine Catland.
Oh,
where's the no dance? What was that one called?
It's Boxwine Catland.
Is it Boxwine Catland?
That's one of them.
Yeah, because somebody.
There's two of them. Do the short one.
There you go. Yeah.
Somebody wants to see Boxwine Catland.
Somebody said, "Hey, don't touch me there. This is my trisexual square."
No square.
Nice.
I had to throw that in there. That was a.
Listen, we're all getting up to speed here.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. Where are we, Steve? How many school shootings have there been since Columbine?
There's been quite a few.
This one claims that there have been 198 incidents without active shooter.
In 2023.
In 2023. What is this that they're talking about? Look at 2020. Okay, what's remarkable about 2020?
Well, it's 114.
What's remarkable about the year 2020?
It was the lockdown, wasn't it?
Those were the lockdowns.
Yeah.
How did 114 school shootings happen during that time?
No school.
I need to ask you.
Yeah.
Okay. You could tell that they fudged this data. There are so few school shootings. Look at this, that they've got to make up a statistic called incidents without active shooter. And this is the beginning of the big media lie right here. This is where the media has decided that anything is a high school shooting so long as we say it is. The one factual point they have here is the high school shootings that's the highest number. But your typical 6-year-old doesn't pick up an AR.
That'd be hard. That'd be a hard
go to town.
Yeah.
That'd be go to my daughter. The first time I handed her a 410, she was 11.
Yeah.
I taught her to shoot with a .22 revolver and a 410.
All right.
At 11, that's what we started her on.
So the red things at the bottom are actually
actual shootings
where bullets were released into the wild.
Yes.
And the other ones weren't.
Correct.
All right. So the other ones are smoke and mirrors.
Right.
So your own government is blowing smoke right up your asses.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. So where is this study from? This is from security.org, which is a private organization. Now, that this is a private organization brings up another point, especially with these shooting things. These private organizations are private organizations. They're exactly nothing. Yeah. I could start a private organization, bring in Pop, Jimmy, and Blake, and establish ourselves as an authority on ass-baggery.
Yeah, start putting out stats and studies on ass-baggery.
If we got the correct media coverage, we would get public face. Pop's over there very seriously considering it.
I need to make a list of ass-baggery.
Yeah. Become an authority.
Yeah.
Maybe we could get grants.
Yeah, maybe.
Big grants.
Ass-baggery.
Rampant. Ass-baggery is rampant in society. And we're the experts who are going to tell you about it. These organizations set themselves up as some kind of authority, and they're not.
No.
You were responding to what's called a logical fallacy in rhetoric, which is not taught in school anymore. We're not taught to argue. We're not taught to think. Nobody reads Plato. Nobody reads Socrates.
No, it's all literally propaganda. They're telling you what to think and not how to think.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah.
That is exactly what these these
And
professional organizations.
And
are
let's
for.
be honest, the school system was set up to get people ready to work in factories. Well, at some point in the, I would say, 90s, 80s, they changed the school system to produce useful idiots.
When I was a sophomore in '86, I was that geek, of course. I played Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff. I took debate,
Hmm.
and I was on the debate team. '86 was the last year that they had real debate teams and real classes in debate.
Yeah.
It became, here's a topic, argue about it.
Well, I had a couple of my friends were on the debate team. I won't
Yeah.
use their names now because we're on the air.
Mhm.
But they would have a shoebox with these little argument cards.
Yes.
And I'm like, dude, okay, I understand, but that's just too much for me. I just can't do that. I'm like, I got better shit to do.
That's fantastic. So we also have this image of the. Is this going to come in? Can we see this? Can we see this?
You can inflate it if you click on it. There's a
clicky thing.
You click on it, see if it opens. There we go. Ba-boom!
It's terrifying. That wasn't supposed to do that. Can I focus on areas here?
I don't think so.
I don't need all of this. It's the whole shooting timeline all the way through 2023. You can see all of the incidents. There's a big gap where 2020 is there, but for some reason, there's still 114 school shootings in 2020, even though there's no school shootings in 2020.
Again, if this was a porn movie, those stats would be the fluffer.
Yes.
Yeah. It's basically a nothing burger that leads nowhere, not even a happy ending.
It didn't share that tab.
What?
It's opened itself in a separate tab.
Oh, okay.
Here, I'll bring this up real quick. I just want you to see the size of the timeline and note the gap in 2020 where there are no shootings at all. And there it is. Now it's refreshed.
All right.
You can see in the very last column to the right there, there's a huge gap where 2020 is supposed to be. And over, what are we looking at here? 2004, 2008, that's a 4-year spread. 99 to 03, it's a 4-year spread. Okay, they're doing 4-year increments. They're claiming that school shootings are on the rise when in fact school shootings have gone
down
and are close to 2009 levels.
Yeah, and look, let's talk about remember they're trying to push teachers should have firearms and be trained to.
We used to have shooting classes in school.
Well, here's the thing. All right, in current year, if you are a teacher and you are so much of a fucking pussy that you're afraid of firearms and this shit is going on, you need to find another profession. I am sure there are all kinds of veterans out there. I mean, I have a 4-year degree. I could probably teach high school and below.
Yeah.
I would have no problem, packing heat, protecting the school and other kids.
Yep.
I would zero fucking problem with that. Airborne Rangers don't run away from gunfire. They run towards it.
Yes.
That's just the psycho craziness that we have.
I'm stupid and I hung around with them long enough that I now run toward active car accidents.
Yeah, it's insane. But my thing is this, though. All right. When they try to put in, stricter security measures, they bitch, moan, and complain. All right. They say it's ruining the whole school experience. Then teachers shouldn't carry guns. Okay. Well, maybe you're right. Maybe you're wrong. But in current year, with what's going on, I would literally be at ease if I had a young child in an elementary school and I knew that their teacher was a pipe-hitting motherfucker who could sling lead with the best of them.
Yeah. That was my civics teacher in 9th grade, Mr. Ogle.
Yeah.
Was obviously a Vietnam-era Marine, and we all knew to be respectful around him.
Mm-hmm.
And he was bald. And the gym teacher, Don McElrath, walks in one day, and he's a 26-year-old gym teacher.
Yeah.
Wearing his polo shirt with the collar up and everything.
Yeah.
And he walks into the class and makes a joke about Mr. Ogle not having any hair on his head. And Ogle looks him right in the face and goes, "At least I have hair on my balls." Everybody in the class is just like howling. Right in the middle of a 9th grade class.
That's
we
good
were
shit.
Howling with laughter.
That's good shit right
At
there.
least I have hair on my balls.
Nice.
That was fantastic. So I've moved on to a different chart here, and I want to show you. We were just talking about how the media is puffing all of this stuff up, and you could see it with the last chart we had, where you had the incidents where it was a school shooting, but not really, because nobody shot anybody.
It was school shooting without shooting.
But it's a school shooting. You can see where the media starts to puff this, and I bet you they've retconned this data. Because it's claiming in 1970, all of a sudden, there's all of these school shootings. And then we go through to, let's go to 1999. There are 23 school shootings listed in 1999, and it's a dip in the overall trend in 1999. But then all of a sudden, 2006, it goes up again. And then we hit, where's the big jump? 2018, and all of a sudden, we've got school shootings everywhere.
Yeah.
Which we know isn't happening because they'd be all over the news.
Yes.
So,
hang on.
Yeah.
With current year, we have no idea what's accurately going to be portrayed on our mainstream news. We have no idea what they're talking about most of the time. Most of the time, it's political fluff bait, and it's all against Orange Men bad.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah, so one of the things here with this big spike that I believe is going on is we, at this point, everybody who's listening to this broadcast pretty much understands that our government is become a Bolshevik puppet of some kind. And,
I would have to agree with you.
Yeah, it's our federal government is not in charge anymore. What's supposed to be our federal, and in order to have a compliant population, you need to disarm it. Every single totalitarian regime has disarmed its population.
And after that happened, lots of people got lined up and stacked up like cordwood.
Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah. Then the government gets really killy.
Yeah. Get really killy. I like that.
And you can see that right there in 2018, all of a sudden it spikes like mad. And that's a shooting a day for 2023.
Well, hang on a minute. All right. So the school year is how long? It's like what, 8-9 months?
September.
It's like 264 days of school.
Something like that. That's correct.
With holidays and all the
That's
bullshit.
Correct.
It's like 264.
Correct.
So if you have 346, what do you have, 2 or 3 shootings in different areas at the same time, but somehow they weren't ever recorded on the media?
And yeah,
you would figure that'd be a big deal.
Right.
That's like coordinated attack shit right there.
Yes.
It's not happening. It's smoke and mirrors.
Exactly.
Now, I'm not telling you that there aren't school shootings, because there are, and those
Clearly.
guys are pond scum.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the numbers are not adding up. When you look at it and you really source through the data and try to take the turds out of the kitty litter, most of this is just kitty litter. Very few are turds.
Yeah. There's half your problem. You're looking for turds, kitty litter, Pop. What's wrong with you, man?
I'm just saying, man.
What's really wrong with you?
I have lots wrong with me.
Okay, so then we get down here and they accidentally tell the truth. This is the chart that I like. This is all of those school shootings ranked by reason. Now, let's go back and look at the years. So we're established here, okay? 1970 to 2023. Okay, we've established our date group.
Yep.
Now we go down here to the school shooting database and situation. And as we mentioned earlier, a lot of these school shootings, you saw the map, happen in areas with a lot of urban sophisticates and basketball fans.
Okay, yeah.
It just is.
It
just
is
what it is.
You're talking blue city, blue state shitholes.
There you go. So the first category is accidental. How you have an accidental shooting at a school is absolutely beyond me. I guess you could go back to the 70s. We had guns in trucks in high school.
Yeah, it was
my freshman year. Kids going hunting.
Yeah. I mean, I remember seeing that all
too,
and a few times. Yeah, yeah.
I originally lived in Shelby, and that was farmland at the time.
No,
it was common there.
Mr. Doss called. I don't remember the kid's name, into the office. He came back, and then they're like, I got my hunting rifle in my back of my truck.
Right.
I'm going deer hunting with my father. We're leaving right after school.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. It was not. It was a non-issue.
Yeah, and the teachers would come out if the kids went early hunting or early morning hunting and came back with a deer. The deer would lay in the bed of the truck while the kid's in school because it's cold enough outside.
Yeah.
Sometimes the teachers come out and buy the deer off the kid. I saw that. I only saw it like once or twice, but it definitely happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anger over grade or a suspension, 46. Okay, I can feel that. Bullying, I'm surprised that's 29.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, sometimes you just got to handle your business. And I made a whole video why we need bullies.
Yep. Now, in 1986, I went to the same school as Popp. Then my mom decided to move us down to Miami. I stayed there for 5 months before I came back to Detroit.
You pieced out.
I just left home. Exactly. Domestic with targeted victim. Let me tell you what I think is going on there, because when I was in Miami, I saw something that I didn't see even in Detroit. 13, 14-year-old girls getting pregnant because a baby was like a Gucci handbag.
Oh, yeah.
It was an accessory. So domestic targeted victim in a school shooting tells me that these populations of very young mother people giving birth at that age, and then you get the disputes with the boyfriends, and everybody knows teenage boys are hotheads.
Yeah, and that you don't have a developed brain.
You don't have the developed brain, and then you add a certain urban mentality and a high flashpoint temper. And all of a sudden, you're getting domestic with targeted victims in schools.
Well, I mean, I did the ethnic anger school, and the Puerto Ricans and Hispanics are near the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Colombian girls are beautiful, but they will cut you.
Or
I don't know how many dudes they were all fucking green beanies too.
Yeah.
I know so many green beanies with Colombian wives.
The little brown dictionaries.
Oh my God. And they just straight up said they'll cut you. They will cut your throat if you piss them.
Yeah, I don't need that.
Don't. Drive-by shootings. This was big in the 80s. All the gangster movies, Boys in the Hood and all of that. Remember those? Drive-by shootings was a big California thing. So
but it's still going on.
200. Yeah.
In Chicago, that happens all the time.
Sure. But this is listed as a school shooting. It's, again, hothead youngsters, and they happen to be in front of a school, would be my guess.
Mm-hmm.
Escalation of dispute, 831 shootings. Again, certain particular urban environments encourage certain behaviors.
Hotheads. All right. And I would say a lot of that has to do with hurt pride, and they are too involved in their feelings. And next thing you know, they're releasing bullets into the wild.
Yes.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Hostage standoff. I'd like to look into that. I bet Hip knows all about that one. We need to ask our cop friend Hip.
Yeah. The 54 hostage standoffs. I don't remember hearing about hostage standoffs in schools in the news.
So these next three here: illegal activity, indiscriminate shooting, and intentional property damage. These are fairly obvious. You've got the same sophisticated urban mentality going on there of any particular variety, but that's a very inner city type of thing.
Kind of thing, yeah.
Murder, suicide, couples in love. You got the Romeo Juliet scenario. He or she kills the other one. And I mean, this happens.
Well, first of all,
Juliet was supposed to be 14 and Romeo was only supposed to be 17 in the book, man.
Yeah, I know. I read the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. They made me read it 3 times in high school. I hated it.
Yeah.
But yeah, a psychosis.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that psychosis is only 16 when we have so many goddamn people on head meds.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I agree. This one stumped me because of the way the media talks today. Only 7
are racial disputes.
Shootings in a 52-year period.
Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
7 race-based shootings. That's very interesting. I might have to look into that specific one there.
Yeah, well, we should probably do that. That one really.
Suicide Popp and I both, unfortunately, have friends. We found out tonight that we both knew a guy that took his own life and didn't realize that Mike was. I knew him too.
Yeah.
So there's that there. But this right there tells you that this data that they're giving you is all smoke and mirrors. The whole thing, this is just the data in a pie chart
form.
So what are the schools doing about this?
Well, I would like to see their what the their procedures in regards to school shooting.
Yeah. So a lot of the schools, they're trying to train the teachers. And do you remember the New York Times article where the guy shot an AR-15
And got
and
PTSD.
PTSD and thunder and brass flying all around my head? And I couldn't sleep for days.
What a puss. Unbelievable.
Oh my God. I felt more traumatized than trained. Active shooter drills take toll on teachers.
Well,
Some
here's
are
the thing.
traumatized by tactics.
All right. Obviously, you're going to have to re-engineer the way the schools are built, and you're going to have to build in obstacles and channeling devices to limit the carnage. For instance, say you have a school and it's built like a big H, and you have doors at the far ends, and then you have the front doors. Well, you could put together some type of wall or fencing that drops down when they hit the switch, so the entire school is broken down into sections.
Yeah.
So that limits overflow. Like if somebody decides they're going to go nuts on one of the H wings, they put the wall down. He can't progress any further, and he has to exit the building to try to come in from somewhere else.
From a different entrance.
Thus, then you have the po deciding to punch holes in them at a distance.
That presents a real solution, though, and I don't think they're looking
No,
for real
they
solutions
don't want a solution
based on the data.
They want to take away your guns for safety. And we all know that the federal government and especially the police have no obligation to protect anyone as per the Supreme Court. All right.
That's correct.
So saying
Three different rulings.
Yeah.
The police are not obligated to protect you.
Yeah.
At all. Three
So-
different rulings.
Well, here's the thing. You have a gun, right? You shouldn't need this because you have police. Well, if you use that same logic, you shouldn't need fire extinguishers in your house because you have a fire department.
That's correct.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. That is correct. You shouldn't need a leash for your dog because you got dog catchers.
Yeah. Well, come on.
Yep.
And we all know, in current year, the cops are 5 to 7 minutes away. Listen,
If you're lucky.
5 to 7 minutes in a firefight is a long time.
It's done. It's done.
Wow.
It's already done. It's
If it goes beyond 45 seconds, I mean, it's like,
a non-military civilian firefight. And again, we'll have to ask Hip because she really knows. She was a cop for 23 years.
yeah, yep, something like that.
She and I were talking about it one night, and she said a typical firefight in civilian land, if it lasts more than 35 to 40 seconds, it's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Most gunfights are 3 rounds or less at 1 to 2 meters in a phone booth. Yeah.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Popp for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.